Hi, my name is Katie Hanna. I'm the Dean of Student Development here at SMC. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit more about college and career planning. This presentation is designed for our students that are general studies, meaning that they're unsure of what major they'd like to select. But really a lot of the tips that I'll be talking about are good for any student as they are starting their college career. So I'm sure many of you have been asked this question before. What do you want to be when you grow up? A lot of times you can answer that question very confidently and you know exactly what you want to do. And sometimes it can be a little bit hard to answer. So some of the tips and tricks that you'll learn today, as well as some of the resources that I will be giving you, will hopefully help you to be able to answer that question a little bit easier. There are a lot of different factors that come into play when deciding on a major. Sometimes you may get some family pressure to choose a particular thing that maybe your family has always done before. I come from a long line of teachers, and so I definitely had some encouragement to select that in my major. Status. Some students want to have a certain status or would like a certain amount of money. We all want to live independently from our families. So those are definitely things to consider in your choice. As well, sometimes students will do majors that maybe some of their other friends are, which can make sense if friends typically have similar interests from each other. So that could be something to consider as well. And then some of us just don't really have any idea what major we'd like to pursue. So how do you choose a major? There are three main things that I always tell students when they are in general studies to help them try to narrow down their choices. So I ask them to think about classes that they've either taken in high school or in college. Once you are taking those classes, you can then sort of decide, did I like that class? Did I not like that class? What did I like about it? And so considering and reflecting on some of those things will really help you. Work experience, that's another great thing to think about. If you have a position that's in customer service, for example, and either you really like it or you really don't like it, that too can help you make your decisions and narrow down some of your choices that you have. In addition, you can think about what clubs or other sort of volunteering experience that you've had. If you volunteer at the animal shelter every week, that can help you understand your level of commitment to that position. If you are thinking of becoming a nurse, I always tell students to volunteer at your hospital. See if you do like working in that environment. And so these three things can really help you choose your major as you continue to have new experiences and take new classes and have different work and volunteering experience in your life. So I have this sheet here. I will attach it as part of the on-demand video, but it's a way to think about majors that you're considering. So if you are considering like a business major, for example, you can write that down in there, kind of think about your confidence in that major. Other majors of interest, so don't narrow it down to just one, you think of other things that you've had. So then you can write here sort of which high school classes you've taken, your interest in those, maybe consider the last semester that you've had. And then again, being reflective on your work experience and the clubs and hobbies and volunteering experiences that you've had. Kind of writing things down and looking at it can really help you. So then once you are in college, what classes should you take if you are a general studies student? So if you're undecided, you're not sure what you want to do, the best idea is to take general education classes. So those are things like math and English and social sciences, humanities and natural sciences. All of these courses, most major require either a big part of them to be general education or just a few. But if you're taking some of those English and math courses, every major requires them. So you will be able to use them if you do decide to change. It does allow you to be able to sample courses. And then again, think about what did you like about them? What did you not like about them? And could you do this as a career as you move forward? So then when we're thinking about some of the degree choices that we have at SMC, I've just listed out some of our programs that we have. Our associate and applied science degrees are generally designed to have you go straight to work after you're finished completing them. So criminal justice, construction, IT, nursing are just some examples. And those are ones where after you get that degree, then you'd be able to go out and get a position in that field. For those of you that are looking to transfer to a four-year school after potentially coming to SMC, that's where an associate in arts or an associate in science would come in. That is really the first 2 years of a four-year degree. You're taking all of your general ed courses, again, to help narrow your choice, and then continuing on and being able to transfer those credits to that four-year school. So here's another checklist to help you sort of look at the different options that you have and then make some decisions or seek out opportunities based on those. So for example, for this, you may say you're thinking about nursing or social work. So then you would look at the first line and does it correspond with your interests and skills? You can kind of write a little bit about that. You know what you have to do to complete this major. You know all of the math or science requirements that you have to have. Is there an application process? Things like that. Perhaps going out and talking to someone in those two fields to see, speaking with one of your professors or teacher in high school about it. Have you had volunteer experience in that area? Have you looked at some other resources to help you make your decision? And we'll talk about the ONET online here in a minute. But then kind of saying, am I ready to declare that major based on all of these things that you've been considering? So ONET online, we'll get into that. So this is a place where you can go to research possible careers. And career research can be pretty overwhelming. You may not know where to begin, or if you're looking at the right things, or is there a job out there that you really had never heard before? And this can open your eyes to something in the field that you're interested in, but something that you may not have considered before. It will help you find out how to actually look for a job. So ONET Online is an occupational information network. It's a free website. There's access to information on there for over 900 jobs, and you can view the data based on different things about the job. So what are the skills? What are the tasks that you have to do to be successful in that job? How much education do you need for that position? What type of degrees do you need? Are you looking to get an associate's degree, but you find that the job that you're interested in requires a doctorate? You know, are you willing to put in that amount of time to get that reward to have that position? So here is a screenshot from the ONET Online. There's a lot of different resources and ways to search the site. So we have quick searches, so you can just type in police officer and you'd be able to find all the information about that job. You can do drop-down menus, which will allow you to search different categories of jobs like education or human services. And then there's different classification codes that are listed as well. So for this one, I just typed in a quick search for nurse, and then this pulled all of these different occupations that match that word. So we have nurse practitioner, nurse midwife, registered nurses, critical care nurses. So what you can do is click on one of these and it'll give you a lot more information related to that field in that position. So for this one you can see, and I only have the first part of the screenshot here, but you can see that there's different tasks and tools and technologies that a person that has this position and has this occupation is required to do. So you can see different work abilities, job zones, so that means kind of what education you need to do, what the interests are of the folks that have this job, what are the wages that you can expect, And then this one is a nice one to look at. It's called Bright Outlook, and that means that this position is in demand and has a high trajectory for continued need in the community. So here's just another way to search. You can, like I said, you can choose just Bright Outlook positions so that you know whatever you choose is going to be in demand. You can choose by job family, different discipline type, job zone. Again, it's going to tell you what preparation you need to have this position. Or you can search by industry or career cluster, and that again will help you, see different things that are in that way. So the next thing we're going to look at here is mynextmove.org. So this is on the ONET website as well, but this is going to allow you to be able to look at different positions, or it's an assessment tool that's going to help you kind of see what you're interested in and then what job would match with that. So what you could do, again, you can do this on your own when you get a chance, but go to mynextmove.org and then you can click on this start button here for tell us what you'd like to do. This is a 60-question assessment that will help you kind of see what it is that you would like to do. So don't worry if you aren't sure what you would like to pursue when you come to college. Really, that's, in my opinion, that is the main purpose of coming to college, is to find out what would be a good fit for you in your career. So if you have more questions, please let me know. Here's my contact information. We have a lot of resources on campus. We have some advisors can do additional job search and job, career planning with you. So definitely let me know if you have any more questions, but please contact me as you continue to search, and I hope to see you at SMC next semester.